All right, y'all. Now hear me out. Would you rather be stranded on a deserted island or at the top of Mount Everest?
Well,
Desert
according to your photo, you're
Island.
like you're on an island now. So
No, this is like what's a famous beach? This is like Venice Beach, bro. We chilling.
Venice.
Which one? Name it.
So what was the question again?
Would you rather be stranded on a deserted island or on top of Mount Everest?
Desert Island,
Desert
100%.
Island, 1,000%.
People die on the way up to Mount Everest.
Yeah, half the people don't even make it up there.
True. Yeah, because I feel like yeah, if you made it to the top of Mount Everest, bro, just ain't nobody else gonna make it.
I feel like being on a desert island wouldn't be all that bad, you know?
I mean, it depends how much food you have. I guess you can
water.
Are you
catching.
are
You
you
got
saying
water, you got
desert
creatures.
island or deserted island?
Deserted.
What's the difference?
Well, one's a desert, one's dessert.
One's filled with desserts.
One had desserts, another one is just
Yeah, catch me on that desert island. Just kidding. No, deserted island.
deserted island. Yeah, most definitely a desert island. Yeah, no, there's no purpose of being in Mount Everest. I don't want to go there to begin with. I wouldn't mind going to an island.
Nah, well, let's how you feel.
Deserted island.
Same.
Do better, Vic.
Well, we all agree.
He said, "Would you rather?" That's like saying, "Would you rather live or die?" And
okay, what three items would you take with you to the island though?
take you to the island?
Like if you could take three items to the deserted island to survive, what would you take?
To survive.
I'd take a water purifier.
Like one of those straw thingies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably would do that. Get some fresh water.
A knife.
A knife wouldn't be horrible, but I feel like you could probably make utensils out of the things you find.
A book.
I don't know. What would you bring? What's one of the
I'm
items?
gonna say it's a vacation.
I'll take a margarita machine,
A margarita machine.
a lounge chair, beach chair, ones you just chilling in the back.
Priority.
I'm gonna bring a hot spot. So I can do, whoops. Dang, I'm messing up.
What about a blanket?
For what? Just use some leaves.
The heavyweight blanket.
It gets
so that
cold at night.
Yeah.
Oh well, bury yourself in the sand. Isn't that how you stay warm?
Yeah, technically, that's how you do it.
No, because the water still goes in the sand.
I really think you need a knife. Like if you're gonna
think you do
get
need a knife.
food, yeah,
That would be nice.
I would bring a knife.
or a spear.
Well, because you know how they do the little.
Like you can make utensils with the knife, but like
you can make a whole house if you really wanted to.
I don't know. The caveman used rocks, so a knife would be good then. I'm not saying a knife wouldn't be good. Why don't you get one of those utility knives?
Yeah, it'd have to be one of those. Yeah, utility knives. So
that comes with like well, you don't need a screwdriver.
Like flashlight and measuring tape.
A working radio.
A working radio?
Yeah.
When the hurricane comes.
Yeah, you could have contact with outside where you could try to.
Okay. A working
Are you
radio.
there? Are you there?
Save me. It's a deserted island. I don't think they have that much signal.
Yeah. They might have better signal than we do here, so sometimes be acting up. I'm just saying.
Good one, Vic.
Interesting.
What would you bring, Leslie?
I don't know. I would bring a blanket, but like the really warm ones, the Mexican ones, the Mexican blankets. Those are extremely warm.
Make you go to sleep fast.
Oh yeah. I don't know. What else?
I'm stuck. I'll stick with the knife, the straw, and probably
straw.
Yeah, like the straw. You can
purifier.
It's like a purifier straw. So any type of water you drink from it is purified.
What if it breaks?
It's indestructible.
No, Vic could probably lose it.
Another shit back.
No, Vic could probably lose it.
Right.
Bro.
What about soap?
Soap? What are you trying to smell good for?
Yeah, I don't. Well, obviously you want to take a bath, but I don't.
Nah, I feel you.
It would be like unlimited
Um,
soap, or you just have a bar and it just runs out.
No, you know what? I would want to bring a pot, just a like little pot. Because like
yeah,
a straw, you can only drink from it. You can't really shower. You need to, I don't know.
You could get a
like
rock.
or a lighter. A lighter wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, you could use a coconut.
Why don't you get
for
like?
that.
Well, I was gonna get like a fire starter, huh?
I said you could use a coconut as a shower cup.
Yeah, coconut.
Well, yeah, but when you're trying to because salt water, like it hurts your skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're
like if
trying to
you're
collect-
heating up the water, you're purifying it, right? And you just dump it on yourself, so that way.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking with what did I say? A knife, the straw, and something to start a fire with.
Yeah.
Catch him on Naked and Afraid, or
naked,
Yeah.
naked and afraid.
Yeah.
Scared and afraid.
Naked
But
and
why I gotta be
afraid.
naked now?
I don't know. That's the show.
I know.
Would y'all
Is he
ever-
really naked in that show?
If y'all had to
Yeah,
go
it's not
on
naked
one of
afraid.
these like reality shows, which one would it be? Like Amazing Race, Survivor, X Factor.
Amazing Race. I think I would do that.
I would do that
Amazing
100%.
Race.
Yeah. Let's go.
Which one was it? What did I say?
I
Amazing
low
Race.
key started to sign me and Kristen up one day after I watched the whole
She
season.
really was about to do that.
Oh wow.
What about Fear Factor?
Hell
No.
Fear is not a factor until they see bugs, and then
He had
Bruh.
sushi.
That's in the update section. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God.
We'll get to that though. We'll get
spoiler
to
alert.
that. No, true.
I don't know, a good reality TV show, Mad TV, not Mad TV. What is it? What is it?
I don't know. I can't really
Like
think
a
of it.
competition show.
It has to be a competition show.
Yeah.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Is that does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Oh,
Who wants-
Ninja Warrior.
Who wants to hell?
Ninja
Nah.
Warrior.
Who can do that?
Yeah, I could.
I
I like
can't
to think that I could do
it.
it.
I do those first little the little
The
step
first
side
little
to side.
Yeah.
What about Shazam?
Shazam might be good. Beat
No.
Shazam.
Shazam?
Beat
Shazam.
Shazam. Beat Shazam.
Oh,
You ever heard of that one?
No.
I guess that's something to do with music. I think I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah, it has. I think Jamie Foxx is the.
And
Well,
his
Is it
now
daughter.
similar-
it's in canon, but huh?
Is it similar to Don't Forget the Lyrics?
Yeah, I guess technically, they play a song. Was like two teams going against. Well, is it two or three?
Like poor.
About four. Well, it's like four teams going against each other, and then they play like the first little snippet of the song, and then whoever gets it first, they get points, and then.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that though.
Because it's like the most random parts of the song sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not good with songs. I'll be like, oh, I know the song, but I have no idea what the name is. Yeah.
Remember that one show we watched on Netflix called BS?
Yeah, BS is. I feel like that's a Troy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I've seen that one. I've seen like one episode of it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely feel
Yeah, I
like
could.
that's a Troy thing.
Oh yeah. He's full of BS.
I don't think I would be good at BS. I'd be like, yeah, I'm definitely lying. Oh man, but yeah, I don't have a show. I would say probably Amazing Race too. I guess.
Is it cake?
Is it cake? Yeah, I would do that.
He loves that.
I'm dead. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Is it cake? But
Oh, yeah.
as long as I don't have to actually bake the cake, then it'll be amazing.
I can see Leslie on like a crafting show.
A crafting show.
Yes.
Like,
Like you have 20 minutes to create the best centerpiece that is safari themed.
I don't know about that.
You know how they be coming like out of left field with these like
how
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know what you
mean.
That was out of left field, baby. Like but like what kind of show?
for Leslie?
Yeah, like crafting.
Yeah, like crafting. 'cause
Yes,
she-
but like
Like a
what kind of show?
competition
Like what
crafting?
competition show?
yeah, you have to do a competition. Who comes with the best craft?
No, you can't just make up a show. Like, is there a show out there?
Project Runway.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go. Like,
Since y'all want to answer.
Thank you.
yes,
That's my
you know who
mom.
asked the question.
I'm dead.
It's like
This is why I
it's
take
me
a sip of
again.
water.
Whatever.
Anywho,
I don't know why I see like that sip of water like hurt. It was like
Because your shirt say Big Ben.
yeah, Big Bend
Have you been?
National Park.
Have you been there?
No. Hey, to be fair,
I
my
want to
parents got
go.
it for me. My parents went and they got it for me.
Your parents really be out like traveling. I respect that.
Sometimes. Not no more. They just got a house.
Oh well.
He also
Maybe
has
next year.
a auction technology shirt, but group hat that he's never at.
But this one, the first one is my work hat.
I know this. I'm just saying you're never there.
Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did.
I think the next friendship should be Big Bend because that seems like such a cool place to go, and it's right here in Texas, even though it's super far, and you could see a lot of stars at night in that part of Texas and mountains.
Okay.
It would be cool to go.
Right?
Or the Grand Canyon.
Not in the summer.
Yeah, like November.
More like December. It's still hot in November.
All right, February it is.
Snowstorm. Leslie want a blizzard. Nothing less.
For sure. All the time.
You gotta wait until after Halloween.
Why?
It always gets cold on Halloween. For the most part.
Cool.
Anyways. Do y'all have anything else to say? Like about the question? I forgot the question was.
There's like 5 questions in there, bro. Comment down below. Let us know how you guys feel
About all the questions.
But no, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right, let's get the podcast started. Getting the podcast started in 3, 2, 1. What up, everybody? This is your boy Chris.
And this is Vic.
And welcome to Now Hear Me Out. This is episode number 100, actually. And welcome to the podcast. If y'all haven't noticed yet now, we have our lovely fiancés with us, joining us on this 100th episode. So, as y'all know, y'all seen Kayla plenty of times with when we used to did what did we do that? 2020?
Or when she tried to replace me?
Yeah, when she replaced you, when you had Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all.
Yeah, that's 2022.
2022?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so y'all should know her from then. And now we have Leslie. So, yeah, this is your first time getting to meet Leslie. And I don't know.
Smile for the camera. Take it away.
Vic, take it over, bro.
Well, Leslie, anything you want to say about yourself? Let the viewers know.
Hi.
I'm Leslie. I'm an alcoholic. I'm just playing.
I like to take stuff when I'm drunk. Items, random items.
I need 2 truths and a lie. I'm just kidding.
Oh, low key.
I did not take a cone. I did not take a sandbag.
You'll just tell them, what do you do for a living?
Kind of personal.
She don't want to answer.
I don't want to talk about work right now.
No, I work remote. I, do collections. So yeah.
And
tell them pay your stuff. You talk to her.
If you don't pay it, then it's gonna get repossessed.
Ooh. Call him Leslie.
And tell them,
oh.
What are you trying to do now?
Oh, I want to. Well, there's a lot of things that I want to do. But for sure, like I've already have it already started. So I want to do my notary business. I already have my stamp. I just need to continue on with the training. And then I also want to still go to school, right? Go into nursing, and also have another business of for manicurist.
Okay. Entrepreneur.
A woman of trades.
Yes,
Different trades.
You gotta keep your doors open.
Yeah.
So how do you practice with nails a lot, or?
Yeah, I do. I still I have a lot of things, so I still order stuff. But I do practice every once in a while. It's kind of still hard just because Ava's still young, and I want to give her as much attention as she needs. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she's growing up so fast.
I know.
Aw.
Mhm.
And anything else, Les?
You got a fun fact or anything?
Vic is my fun fact.
Oh,
Aw. I don't know. That's a good thing.
I'm
or a
sorry
bad
about
thing.
that.
And babe, anything new about you? I know last time I think you're at a different job now.
What?
I think.
Oh,
I feel like you've been at a job for a while. I don't know.
yeah, I
she
feel like
has
too.
been there for a while, but I don't know. 2022. Were you still there? Because we were in the apartment.
And yeah, I started working at my job in 2021.
Okay, so she had to. Well, I guess everything's been the same with her. I don't know.
I'm an
Just like-
education girly,
Well, moving on.
and I got a new piece of bling from this one.
Yes, we got engaged. As you guys know, last August. When
I
is
almost
so?
forgot.
I did not forget. So let's dig into some couple stuff anyway, right? So when y'all got engaged, tell me about it. Like let's talk about the engagement. Vic, how did you come up with your plan?
Well, I was like, I want something. I don't want to do something like, publicly, like too big in public, because I feel like that's always something that it's too much pressure. I feel like, so I don't want to like, at a restaurant or like at a public beach or anything like that. So I kind of wanted something kind of private. Obviously, I know I wanted both our parents there. Um, so what I did was I kind of just, I had to make sure she could get away. I had to like, might make it too obvious, but I think she kind of knew. Um, and it was when we got into it's when we got into our apartment, and it was like our new apartment. And so like I sent her out and I kind of like made sure she went to go get her nails done. And then while she was doing that, I was like kind of decorating the apartment. Had like rose petals and balloons, and then I had our family come in. They were kind of hiding, and then once she told me she was on the way, we were kind of peeking through the window, like, okay, here she comes. And then like she'd open the door, and then we would play some music. Like we had the music going, and she was like walking up the stairs, and then there I was like in a little I spelled out, do you want to marry me, with the rose petals. It had a little heart. I was standing in it with a balloon and flowers, and then she walked, and after, I made the proposal, family came around, gave us a hug, celebrated, poured some wine. Well, actually, we had wine. I don't think we actually drank it because we were just out in the moment. But we had some pizza, just celebrated, and it was a good, fun memory.
Mhm.
What song? What song did you play?
It was what's that Ed Sheeran? I can't remember the name. Ed Sheeran song, Perfect, I
Is
think.
it perfect or
Or no,
Yeah, that one.
that one that she's singing?
I'll be loving
Yeah.
you. 23.
yeah, oh yeah, that's I always get those confused. That's thinking out loud.
Yeah, thinking out loud.
Yeah, that's like perfect. My bad. I always get those confused, but I knew the song. I just couldn't remember the name.
Okay, I like it.
That's nice. Smooth.
Anything?
Hmm?
Okay, I thought you were about to say something. How did you know? How did you know when it was the right time? I'm asking these questions, but I'm also gonna answer these questions as well. So, but how did you know when it was the right time to ask Leslie? Like, what made you be like, you know what, this is the moment?
Well, for me, it was the fact that we were, we're getting our own place finally. Because beforehand it was like prior with I was living with my brother for a couple years, and this was like, it was our first big step. Like it was a big step, and I felt like we've been dating for a while at that point, and so I just felt like I'm making this commitment to move in with her. Like I feel like I should go ahead and just commit to marriage and everything like that. So that's for me. It's kind of like the I guess final piece that I didn't want to propose and then be like, okay, now let's go back to the apartment that I share with my brothers. Like, that's kind of the piece that I needed. The final piece that I needed was ours, like own privacy and stuff.
Okay, that's good. But hey, y'all made it through that. That was a long time. Like that's a hard time to do. Being together and being in a apartment with somebody else and trying to keep that connection and everything. I know that had to be hard.
Yeah, it was.
And Les, so
Yeah.
did you have any like idea? Like did you have any did you first did you give any hints? Did you give any hints that, hey, you know what? I do want to get married and this needs to happen
Yeah.
now soon, or something like that.
Stat.
Well, I didn't give him the ultimatum, but but we did talk about it. We were, just talking about it, being open, and like I think even from the beginning of like when we first started talking, we were like, oh, how many kids do you want? And it was just literally like the first day that we started talking, and so I don't know, that kind of like made me feel comfortable, made me like see that there is a glimpse of future going on with him. But yeah.
Okay. I like it. I like
I
it.
felt like I did know that he was going to somewhat, but I wasn't too sure. I wasn't wanting to get my hopes up. So I was just like, maybe he just wants me to get my nails done just because.
Was there something like out of the ordinary that he had did? Was the like getting his nails done, like getting your nails done different, or
No, he just told me go get your nails done. I think
Yeah.
you just send me money, and I was like, bet.
say
I was
less?
like, I need some rhinestones on these.
Say less. Say less. Okay, that's what's up. I like it. It's cute.
Now your turn.
My turn. All right, so it's because I feel like we talked about it a little bit. I think we did talk about it during the podcast. But my whole thing was I picked out Kayla's dress and everything. I planned the whole like date out for us. So first months before I even proposed, I had like reached out to friends, family. Well, first of all, I had my mom do it because I couldn't really do it because of Kayla. But I did reach out to a lot of people, asking them like, "Hey, would you be okay with coming to the house for I want to propose to Kayla?" And everybody was like super happy, ecstatic about it, flying in from New Orleans and I think Washington and all of the places just to come to this proposal. So I had to do that a little like in advance, and then have my mom kind of take care of all that because obviously I can't be doing everything with Kayla here. So luckily she had my back on it and she put everything together. So that worked perfectly. So for the day of, I planned a whole like day for us, which didn't turn out the way I would have loved it to turn out, but it was still a very great day. I picked out her dress I wanted her to wear. We went out to a museum, and the museum was a lot shorter than I expected it to be. I was like, oh, we're gonna go to the museum. We're gonna be there for a couple of hours, and no, it was a Disney museum. We got through that museum within like 30 minutes, and and it was just like, well, I really didn't have anything else planned right now until like later on in the day. So we ended up going to the park. I think it was just the park, right?
And we went to get dessert too.
Oh yes, we got dessert. Yeah, we got dessert, and then we went to the park because I had dinner reservations for us later on in the day. So we went to the park. We went out, took a couple pictures and stuff like that, and then went to Texas Day Brazil. Had dinner there, which another thing that was kind of screwed us up because we were eating too fast. So like it was and when you're there, you're just like the meat's just coming out and you're just like, oh, I want that, and it just comes so fast. So the next thing you know, we're full and it's been only like 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, dang, we gotta slow it down. So so I start going a little bit slower, and she's like already full, and I'm trying to like stall as much as possible. And I was like, okay, well, we finished, and I was like, well, I still got some time before I have to take it to the next thing. And so we ended up going to like another like
we took a nap.
Well, we took a nap, but that was before the dinner reservation.
Yeah.
But after we went to like the little, not a forest, but it was like a little lake park thing, I guess.
Yeah, with like a pond.
And yeah, we just by the trees and stuff like that until it was time to take her to the next destination, which then I blindfolded her and drove home. And I took a different route to go home because I feel like we have a very bad road going to our house. So if we're going down that road. So I had to take a back way to get to the house to surprise her. The plan was to park in my parking spot or park in the driveway, but her father was parked in the driveway. So when Kayla got out the car, she tripped. Well, she kind of tripped. You hit what did you hit? The curb or was it
The light.
the light. Yeah, the light fixture that we had out there. But other than that, came inside, had some Luther Vandross. Vandross. Is it Vandross or Vandross? Doesn't
Either
matter.
way.
Everybody says it.
Yeah, different.
So we had some Luther Vandross going on. When she came in, my little cousin, I blindfolded her. We had the like rose petals or little lights and stuff that my mom set up, and took her to the backyard, blindfolded her again, and then took her to the center of the yard, unblindfolded her. Everybody was there, and Kayla was so ecstatic she didn't even hear me say, "Do you want to marry me?"
I heard him.
She was in so shock, but it was a beautiful moment. I thought it was amazing. I was so happy that everybody came out, and just to see that moment, because it literally was just a moment, and everybody had to go home tomorrow, the next day for the most part. So
Because I never get out.
it's like, well,
Yeah, they left so fast.
they did. They really left really quick.
I wanted to to talk to people, and they're like, "Yeah, bye."
I love how everybody contributed though. Like my aunt made like 3 cakes,
Yeah.
and it was just like everything just happened so quick. And
The food was amazing.
oh
yeah,
yes,
y'all were there. It was so special. Like
Yeah.
it was really a special moment.
So it was beautiful. What was the next question I asked? When did I know? I already kind of had an idea. So I kind of been planning this in fruition for the longest. Vic, you know about this. Like I've been telling my friends that Kayla was gonna be my wife way before Kayla knew she was gonna be my wife, and this is like way before we were even dating. So
He was a stalker.
yeah, I was peeping through windows, you know.
Right? He's like, what's your ring size?
where you at? But yeah, no, I think when we had got the house, I know that we had always talked about like we've always talked about marriage, and like it felt right, like the timing felt right. Not only did her parents were kind of pushing for it a little bit, but I tried not to let that be the factor on why I wanted to propose. But I was already feeling like it was time. We had already hit so many different things. We went through COVID together. She was going through the pandemic together. It was crazy. That was really like getting to know each other type thing, and learning how to live each other. Go through the arguments, the fights, because we had them definitely during that time. But we got through it. We got stronger from it, and dealing with our families and the differences that we were going through. Moving in together when we weren't really expecting that to happen.
The house buying process.
The house buying process. So all those things were kind of just like, okay, like the next move I really want to do is marriage. So I planned that out and proposed, and everybody was like, why this day? And I was like, there's nothing special about that day whatsoever besides the fact that I proposed. So
like the day that it worked for everybody to get there.
Exactly. So it worked for everybody. It was random.
Would you say, Leslie?
I was like, it was Julian's birthday party.
Oh yeah, it was Julian's birthday party. Yeah, unfortunately. So I guess that's important. But at that time, it was like nothing. There was no reason why I picked that day. It was just the day I picked.
Yeah.
You did an amazing
So do y'all
job.
celebrate that day now, or?
It hasn't came back up yet.
Yeah, it'd be our first year going up here.
Celebrate what?
It's gonna go by like a regular day. Are you gonna plan another date night?
I gotta check my account first.
Yeah, I'll see what's up. But onto the question of like, did you know anything or anything was coming?
Knew everything.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No. No.
It's lucky hard to keep secrets.
No, I was like really like taken aback. That's why I was so like, you thought I didn't hear you. I did hear you, but I was in shock. Like I was like, that's a lot.
Imagine being in shock when I'm on my knee like this.
No, I like you never pick out my clothes for me. Sorry, it's a little late. You never pick out my clothes for me, so I thought that was different. And you never plan a date like day, and don't tell me a lot about the details of it. So that was different too. And then my friend did ask me to get my nails done that week, like a few days before. So
Everybody was helping.
I
and it
just
helped.
think it's just like a lot of little things. I was like, this is weird. This is weird. But
This is different.
That's suspicious.
yeah.
That's suspicious.
And then especially on the date day, like Kristen looked nervous. And we've been together all this time, and he's like, you know I love you, right? Like holding my hand. And we always hold hands together in the car and stuff, but he just looked a little bit nervous around me. And then
Is-
he had some suspicious phone calls come
But
up
you didn't know
during
about
our
the suspicious phone calls.
huh?
You didn't know about those suspicious phone calls.
No, but like I don't know, you just were secretive.
I was
more
being
than-
very secretive. That
But
was hard.
he's a good communicator. Like he'll tell me, "Oh, this person is texting me. This person's calling me," and I didn't get. And he took my phone away.
Oh, yeah, I
That
forgot.
day
I did take her phone with
It
her.
was like, oh no, toxic.
he took my phone away for the day, and yeah, because I would have gotten, I guess, the notifications.
Yeah, well, actually, that was the biggest thing was the notifications from the door. But I think I turned off the notifications for the door
Mhm.
on our phone.
Oh,
So
okay.
you couldn't get notifications. And then I also think I put tape on it. I put tape on it that day, so you couldn't you wouldn't even notice that people came.
Oh, okay.
So unless you actually looked at the camera, you would never seen it.
Cool.
And you probably would have been like, "Why is it black?" I'm like, "I don't know. We'll check it when you get home."
Smooth.
But I thought ahead. I was like, because at first I was gonna have people come through the back, but I know how people are, and there was gonna be a couple people that weren't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Even the time, I told people to come. I think my mom told people to come like 2-3 hours early, and people were like still coming late after the
Yeah.
time that she said, and I was like, that's the time. If I was to come at that time, it would have screwed everything up. So we really planned everything out like perfectly.
That's amazing. Y'all did.
Yeah, it worked out.
And everyone was so quiet.
It was very
Like, I
quiet.
didn't
I was
know.
surprised. I thought the kids were gonna be like,
It was
"Ah," or something.
so quiet. I was like, what?
But I knew she kind of figured out. I was like, Kayla's not dumb, so I was like, I'm pretty sure she knew that I was gonna propose. But it was just like, obviously, she didn't know how. And I think that's the biggest thing. Just like Leslie probably knew that you were gonna propose, but she just didn't know how you were
I
gonna
just
do it.
didn't. Yeah.
like the moment and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was crying.
I cried. I definitely cried
Oh, yeah,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Sob fest.
Bruh.
I cried.
It's funny because my parents, I think, and your parents, I don't know who, but they were hiding behind our mattress because we didn't have our bed frame or anything. It was just there in the living room, and they were hiding behind it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can see a big parent going that that dramatic.
Yeah, and then I think my mom came in out with the confetti cannon.
Yeah.
Like, who gonna clean that up? That's cute. And but amazing moments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always
Everyone.
remember that. I will always remember that.
Same here. I may forget the date, but I'll always remember that moment. So do y'all want to talk about stories? Y'all want to talk about more couple stuff? Like, what do y'all want to do? I'm gonna ask y'all. Obviously, we want people to get to know us a little bit more, how we are in relationships and stuff like that. But it's up to y'all.
I go with the flow. So I'm okay if we still keep on talking about couple stuff. I don't care.
I'm
You know?
always down to like. No, I think I love knowing more about people. So yeah.
Okay,
That's
cool.
fine with me too. Like I got some questions.
You
I didn't
got
come
questions?
You got some questions?
I know. I said I didn't come prepared, so as long as I got some questions.
Oh.
Man, I'm going off the top of the dome, bro. I was been off the top of the dome.
Same.
So
We go now talking to our psychiatrist. I mean therapist.
So let's talk about it. All right. So we all have, we're both in relationships, obviously. So
Mhm.
disagreements. How do we handle disagreements? Obviously, that's one of the tough subjects. Whenever things go bad, how do we reconcile, and how do we come together? How did you say that we come together? Oh, sorry. Thank you.
I think we talk about it.
Well, yeah.
Definitely communicate.
Is that what you guys do? Y'all talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
about it. Sometimes if it's something that we're very passionate about, I think sometimes like we argue, but not like raising our voice, but you can see that the
Mhm.
other person's like passionate about it. And sometimes we got to come back to it. And sometimes we come back to it multiple times.
There's plenty of times we come back to a lot. Sometimes you don't
Yeah.
get the answer right off the bat.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't get an answer.
But
And y'all just come to a common ground with one another.
yeah.
True.
Mhm.
And I don't think everything needed apology, but there's some disagreements that definitely needed apologies from like both sides, and I think it's so important. It's such
Yeah,
an
like
easy way,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
to say I'm sorry, because I like there's a lot of times where I'm heated and I'm like I won't be I won't stop being mad until I hear I'm sorry or something like that. And it's like I don't know, relationships are hard. Like you really have to
They are.
be like selfless and not think always about yourself. It's it's wild.
It's definitely a hard thing to do.
Mhm.
And I definitely think like one of the hardest things is admitting, admitting when you're wrong.
When you're wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like knowing that you're wrong and admitting it is the hardest thing to do. Because
Yeah.
obviously you always think you're right. We all think we're right. And we're so strongly, we're very strong headed. I'm definitely strong headed. You're strong headed too, actually. Like you're talking, but admitting when we're wrong is hard. But I'm a very factual person. She knows I am. So if I got the facts, I'm on it. Like you
These are the facts.
can't tell me. Here, like, look, fact check. Look, no, but that's definitely one of the things that I've had to work on the most is being like, hey, I'm wrong. I apologize. Because that's not something that I think as growing up, my mom didn't apologize to us. So it's hard for me to apologize sometimes, and having to break that kind of like little generational curse with my family,
Mhm.
and doing it in my relationship is a big step. That's a very big step for me to take in my relationship.
Yeah, definitely. I think also that like we all like grow up differently. So we're trying to like
Oh,
start a
true.
new like family, just the us two. And I know you guys probably have more experience since you have a kid, but like coming together, making like your new house rules and stuff, and the way you clean, the way you like your get up routine, your go to bed routine, like it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
And just the things that you think are right is it's literally like kind of erasing the things you learn sometimes and like making a new thing from scratch.
Yeah, it's like taking the good from like both sides and
Right.
making it into one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not erasing, but yeah, like you said, Vic.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, people are like raised different, so like they handle situations different, and like Christian was saying, like seeing how his mom didn't do that kind of affected him. It's like it's just how it is. Which kind of we grow as people, but our first foundation is from our parents or from how we grew up. So adjusting is it's definitely one thing to couples have to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But how do y'all handle disagreements with one another?
Um, I would say from I feel like it's the disagreement is something I feel like it's kind of hard just for on my part, just because I'm not very much of a confrontational person,
Mhm.
and so for Leslie on the other hand, not like throwing you on the bus or anything, but like whenever
She's
she
driving the bus.
gets,
I'm just playing.
she likes to I guess kind of like take some time whenever I guess she gets a little heated, which is nothing wrong with that, because she doesn't want to like you want to clean it kind of.
Yeah, because like I don't want to like explode on him and love him too much to ever like say anything to him that I would regret. Um, and just because like that's like what he says, that's what I saw when I was growing up. That's how my parents would react. They would verbally you know speak like that,
Yeah.
and that's something that I just never wanted ever want to happen in our relationship. So I always have to take a moment and step out, or just let him know that I need some time, or not right now, please. And
Mhm.
and he'll give me that time, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it. If I know I'm in the wrong, I do, go ahead and let him know, like I apologize to him, and I let him know. But like he said, he doesn't like to be confrontational, so I do have to ask him, like, what's going on? What do you like? What's going in your mind? Like, are you okay? Are we okay? Just the reassurance.
Mm-hmm. And kind of just like knowing each other, like, at first I was like, when she would tell me like, oh, not right now, it's like it kind of made me feel like she didn't want to talk about it and stuff. But like, after we getting to know each other, it's like, okay, that's just how she handles the situation, and she knows that I'm not confrontational, so it's okay to like kind of ask me when needed, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good. So like learning each other is kind of the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any rules that y'all have in your relationship that whenever y'all do get in disagreements that you don't allow, as far as I think one thing that me and Kayla kind of struggled with a little bit was when one of us gets upset, we sometimes would like go sleep somewhere else, and trying to break that whole thing of like, hey, look, whenever we're upset, like no matter what, we're gonna sleep together. And no matter how mad you may be, you can be mad on the other side of the bed, but you're not gonna sleep on the couch. So like, do y'all have any like things that y'all really keep with one another that that no matter what, this is how things are gonna be?
I don't think it's ever gone to that point.
Like I would say, I wouldn't say we've ever like established any rules.
Yeah.
But there's some points where like we're mad at each other, and it's kind of like at night, and she's like, I can kind of tell she doesn't want me like sleeping in the same bed and stuff. But like for me, it's like I want us to like you said.
He wants to cuddle, and I'm like, no, I'm upset. He's like, at least give me a kiss. I'm like, no. He's like, let's see, we can't go to sleep, man. Oh, too bad. I'm already sleeping.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, we haven't have anything like established, but that's kind of what I try to do, is try to like at least get some type of affection from her before she goes to sleep, just to show that like we'll get through this. It's just an argument, like.
Yeah, I mean, either way, when he's asleep, I just like turn around. He ends up being whatever. He ends up being the little spoon, and I'm the big spoon. So
hey, it'd be like that, man. That little spoon be good sometimes, bro. I think Kayla told me today that I like to be a little spoon too much. And I was like, hey, can't help it.
It is what it is.
Hug me. I'm always the protector. Protect me out when I'm sleeping.
He moves too much. Don't like to be like,
I don't like I don't mind when you cuddle me. I just don't like to cuddle. Like,
he cuddles for like 5 minutes,
and then I'll turn over.
It's over.
Yeah, no, I get you. I can't get comfortable. Like, I move a lot when I sleep, so like trying to sleep while cuddling is like. It's kind of.
I think it's a very unrealistic thing.
I don't think it's unrealistic.
No, it's not.
And easier said than done.
I'm like, he needs to have his hand on my hair and just caressing it, or on my back, or something, and that's how I fall asleep. He stops. I wake up and I'm like.
So, yeah, she has to fall asleep first, basically. Wow. And then that's when I'm like, all right, let me slowly turn over.
No, I'm definitely like, after I get uncomfortable, I'm just like, look, I gotta go back to my side. We'll come back later, but no, that's good. That's good, because I know a lot of people have different things where obviously it's not that bad, but there are a lot of people out there that have those issues where like they storm out the house, or like, oh, I'm gonna leave whenever you're mad and stuff like that.
You storm out, you ain't coming back.
Door locked. I already got new locks in the back. Key won't
come
work.
Back to empty house. We gone.
that fast only been gone 5 minutes. But no, that's great. That's great. Okay, another thing. Therapy. We both go to couples therapy. We've been to couples therapy at least. How have it helped you, and do you think that couples should be going to couples therapy? Do you think it's healthy for the relationships to do that therapy? Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I brought it to the table for us. I feel like you were a
I
little
was
bit
really,
hesitant.
I was really hesitant about it. I really didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and I was like, I had to approach it a certain way
Mm-hmm.
and like make it beneficial. Like I'm like, hey, it's free through my job, and
That was the
like,
biggest thing. I was like,
yeah,
That's
I knew that was
good.
gonna get him right.
I was like, I'm not gonna pay nobody to talk about how I
Right.
feel. I just
And now that we went through
I
it,
got coupons.
it's it was one of literally the best things for our relationship, and I'm honestly looking forward to when we go back again and do it again. Like I love the activities our therapist made us do, and like the topics she had us talk about. It was things that we didn't really think about before, and I feel like a lot of times in your relationship, especially when you've been with someone forever, you feel like you don't have anything else to talk about because you've talked
Mhm.
about everything. But she just kind of made us work from a different perspective, and there's always more to talk about, especially if you haven't gotten to certain milestones in your relationship. So I don't know, like one of the first activities she made us do was make a collage of what we think our relationship looks like now, and on the back make a collage of how we want our relationship to look like in 5 years. And we had to do that separately and not show each other our separate projects until the session started. And
Mm.
that was so like eye opening. We had some things that were very similar and some things that were super different.
super different.
So it
Mhm.
was like it was really eye opening. And I
Mm.
loved
That
it.
is a good exercise.
It was good, and I don't know, I just think, you know, it was just I think it needs to be consistent. Like I know you need a break from therapy sometimes, but I think like going like every now and then is so important.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like in the back in the day, couple, like people viewed like therapy and stuff like that. It's like it had a bad,
Connotation.
yeah, bad connotation. Like people was like, oh, you're going to therapy, that must mean like
You got
you
problems.
guys are like about to like break up or some stuff like that. And I feel like the world views it differently now, which is a good thing because I feel like it's not bad. It's like you don't necessarily need to go to therapy just when your things are going bad. Just talk about it. Like, because like you said, these therapists are like trained and experienced. Like they know how to talk to you to get y'all to talk to each other, kind of thing, and like a different point of view. And so, um, when we first talked about it, is like I wasn't too hesitant about it. The only issue I was like, I'm cheap, so I was like, I'm gonna pay for this. But like we have the first three. My insurance only covered the first three, like free,
Mm-hmm.
and then afterwards is like we had to pay for it. Um, and so I do think couples should go to it, but obviously I know that it can get expensive, which
Yeah,
kind of sucks.
definitely get expensive.
Yeah.
For people out there. But check with your insurance because, like, I wasn't too sure how much my insurance covered, so I asked them when they told me, and so you'd be surprised. Nowadays I think that more insurances are more likely to cover at least a couple of sessions. So
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
What did you think about couples therapy?
So I was like Kayla was saying earlier. I was very skeptical. I had the whole thing in my head like I don't have it. I didn't think I had anything wrong with me, so why do I need to talk? And I was like, what is it that we can't talk about that we need to talk to in front of a person? So that's my biggest thing. And then pain, obviously. I was like, I'm not gonna pay anybody to talk about how I feel. But I went into the whole thing with the like I had to kind of give myself a little talk. Like, look, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta go in with an open mind, give it my all, and just be honest and truthful. Um, and that's what I did. I think it was a great experience learning her, learning more about me learning more about her, and kind of just it brought us closer and learning how to communicate in a different way, I guess. And I don't know. I think the whole experience was amazing. I really do think couples should do it. It's healthy, because sometimes soft-spoken people aren't heard, and I think therapists help that person have a voice,
mhm.
and that's the best thing when you have that third person who's the mediator who's able to kind of take both sides and kind of make something of it. And so
Mhm.
that's why I think I enjoyed the most about it was kind of like both of our sides being heard, and and Kayla was like, "Man, I'm surprised you said this. I'm surprised you said that." And I'm like, "Look, well, if you want me to do it, I'm gonna give my 100%." So, I enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed it.
Who do you think is more soft spoken out of the two of us?
I think I am. Well, no, I would say you are. I would probably say you're more soft spoken. I'm very um open about talking about how I feel on certain things. But you kind of hold back for the most part. So, yeah.
I can see that.
And how do you feel about therapy?
I liked it. I like the fact that it made him get out of his comfort zone. Mine too. We got to, some of the root of the problems that we had. And it just helped us grow, become a better person, not just for each other, but like personally for us, because if you're not growing, then how can you grow with that person?
True.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, being being in a relationship, what is something that you learned that something you didn't know that you before you're in a relationship? Like for instance, me and Kayla learned that it's okay to be your own person. Like, I'm sorry, like, did I say something wrong? Right?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
No.
I was just seeing where you were going with that.
Huh?
I was just seeing where you were going with that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what is something that like you learned in your relationship that you didn't know before?
Yeah. Well, expand on what you were saying.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
sorry, like for instance, it's okay to be your own person. So like me and Kayla had this whole thing where it was like it's okay for her to go hang with her friends. It's okay for me to go hang with mine to do my own thing. It's okay for her to go do her own thing sometimes and come back. Like it was one of those things that we don't have to do everything together, and that was something that we had to both learn that that's okay. It's okay to be your own person. Is there something that you learned in your relationship that you didn't know was okay that it really is? If that makes sense.
I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I guess for us, it was like it's okay because we generally
Yeah.
don't really like argue, right? Unless it's for like mainly silly stuff, like why didn't you wash the dishes? Stuff like that. Or why didn't you put away the dishes? But they taught us that it's okay
okay to argue.
to argue as long as you have the limit on where not to be aggressive, I guess.
Yeah, because like I feel like if you don't argue, then like, well, I always say like if you're not arguing in the relationship, then like something's wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so like just a kind of learning that it's okay to argue. It's okay to talk about your issues, and as long as you're not talking about it in like a
Negative, I guess.
it just really pissed me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what we learned. Like just it's okay to fight.
Okay, that's good. What about you, babe?
By the way, I was laughing in a good way because when you were saying that, like we learned that, I was like, I feel like I knew that it's
Oh, well.
better to be to be your own person. But I,
Just
I but I
indeed.
I think no, but I think as a couple we've grown to see the benefits more of it in a way. Like I think you were saying that like you almost like you can't lose part of you, and or that person's not gonna love the person they fell in love with because there's so many aspects of who you are. Like I feel this way. I don't know if everyone's like that, but there's work Kayla, there's big sister Kayla, there's daughter Kayla, and now there's a fiance Kayla. And like I have all kind of roles and responsibilities in all those different parts of me, and sometimes I show like and even friend groups. Like I have friends that are like school friends and school that are like sporty friends. Like it's just like everybody has these different aspects about who they are, and like so does Kristen. And like when I first met him, he still does. And he continues to grow and get new hobbies, but he has all these different aspects about him that made me fall in love with who he is. And if you stop doing those things and just you know, be focused on just each other, like you lose part of those other things about you. And like, um, I don't know. I just think that's so important. I think we are continuing to learn that. especially when like I crave attention, but he's like pursuing something he loves, like streaming. Like I have to like really like support his dream. He just like he supports my dream, and like see how that part of him is like part of the person I love. Like his creativity, how he connects with other people, and like his like ability to put his mind to something and actually do it, like no matter how hard it is to do. So I don't know. I guess that's just piggybacking off what you said earlier.
Honestly, I thought like when you were saying something that you learned about them, you were like something that you didn't know that that they would do, like on their own. So
Oh no,
I
I wasn't
can
trying to go
see
that way.
that.
Yeah, I can see that though. I can see that. Yeah, I'm
So
sorry. Like I wasn't
that-
being more clear.
She's about to expose me.
right? I was like,
Let me tell you.
Well, it's a couple things actually.
right.
No. Yeah, I know that definitely can sound kind of confusing how I was saying it. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Apology not accepted.
Well,
Like, Kristen, you've known him for so long. How have you managed to, get along with it?
Yeah, how long have y'all been friends? Let's talk about friendship.
It's been well. We met. I met Kristen when I was in 7th grade. He was in 8th grade.
I was in 8th grade.
We were both trumpet players.
I heard someone was a snitch.
That was in high school.
In junior high, obviously we were in the same trumpet section, so we talked. I don't know. Would you classify as friends from then?
I think at that time we were probably just classmates. Like, I was cool.
You my best friend.
Yeah, not at that time. Like we was cool, but like I didn't. I was like the new kid too, so it was.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. Well, I think I came into. I want to say that I come in at 7th or 8th. I think I came in at 7th. So 8th grade, I was already there for a year, but like still, I don't know. It was still new. Everything was still new for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I definitely think we're cool, but I don't think it was to the point where like, oh yeah, I'm telling Vic my secrets and what's going on.
Yeah,
in my life,
it's more like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
like, bro, help me out with this kind of thing.
Exactly. So went to high school. I think that's when we became closer. Whenever I was in my sophomore year, freshman, and yeah, that's when kind of things just started clicking. So I was cool. I was cool. I was cool with Troy and stuff too. So I was just working
out. Football together on Saturdays a lot.
Yeah.
When did you know he was your best friend?
I think college was when I felt like that's when I kind of solidified Vic as a best friend, because I would feel like all the crap that we went through with our cars, like me and Vic went through it. And we were always like each other's like person to go to when it came to all that stuff. And then also, just hanging out a lot. I was hanging out with family all the time, and like, it was just, I think that was I think definitely college is when I kind of solidified that though. I feel like that was like he was like a brother to me.
Nice. And look at y'all now on your 100th episode of the podcast. That's something to be proud of.
100 episodes.
Some people can't stay committed for 100 days.
Very true.
100 minutes.
And commitment.
100 seconds.
I don't think if I'm correct, Kristen hasn't missed one episode. Like, obviously, I've been replaced by you for a month or two. So, like, but Kristen's been in every episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think I can do an episode without, he does all the technology and stuff. That's probably part of the reason. But, like, shout out to Kristen for that.
Appreciate it. No, but honestly, I know this would be, what happened without any of us here. Obviously, with y'all support as well.
True.
And kind of just, supporting the journey, and
Leslie's like, you're welcome.
And definitely giving us the time, because it's not like y'all don't have a daughter, so
True.
You have to step away from your daughter for hour, 2 hours out of the week.
Yeah, because usually we do it early. Like today, since Leslie's here, like she had to go to sleep first, so But yeah, I get what you're saying because usually we record like around 7, so it's not too late. And then, around that time, by the time I get off, it's like it's already bedtime for Ava, and so like Leslie handles a lot of that where she's getting ready, feeding her, getting her ready for bed and stuff like that. So, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. I do.
Mhm.
So.
Definitely appreciate both of y'all, and to 100 episodes. This is amazing. I'm glad we're able to get together. Y'all got to learn a little bit more about us, a little bit more about our relationships, our friends, and just the people who we are. And yeah, do y'all have anything else y'all want to add? Kayla, you have anything you want to say?
What does the next 100 episodes look like? What's the vision?
You'll see if you tune in. Les, you have anything you want to say?
No, many more episodes.
Yeah, need to comment down below. Tell Leslie to start listening to the podcast.
I do.
She'll listen to this one.
Okay, how does it feel like listening to Kristen? Like, is it weird or like?
No, it's so normal now. Like, I feel like he has a good voice for podcasting, and it doesn't feel weird.
I hate my voice, low key.
Really?
Really?
I feel like
feel
y'all both just
I've
sound
gotten
normal.
used to it.
Maybe I'm just used to it.
Yeah. And maybe because I do all the editing, I'm just like, I hear it all the time, so I'm used to hearing my voice now.
Yeah, I hate my voice.
I used to be so
too.
irritated by my voice when we first started, and then I got used to it, and I'm like, I don't sound too bad. And
Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever. Like
just-
you can't change. You can't change your voice. It is what it is. But like,
Yeah.
at the same point, I still kind of hate it. But
I mean,
Can you
edit.
imitate
Yeah,
each other's voices?
I'm gonna make a deep voice. Hey.
hello, hey Christian, now hear me out.
Vic, can you do Kristen's voice?
I'm not gonna try.
I was like,
I
I
don't
was
think
like,
I
I was-
can. I'm not very good at impersonations.
Vic's voice?
No, I can't.
One of your friends' voice?
No. What friend are you talking about? Because obviously you have one in mind.
No, I know. I can't think of anybody.
Hey
guys. Hey
Yeah,
guys.
I was like,
but
yeah. This was. Oh, Vic, you have anything to say?
happy late 4th. I don't know.
Late
Oh,
We didn't
I
get
guess I
into
go ahead.
any of our updates. We didn't talk about any updates.
well, now I have to feel like we have to talk about the sushi because I did eat some sushi. And we said we were going to talk about it.
Okay, well let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah, we went to Chinese buffet and ate some sushi.
Eat some sushi. That's it.
No, but like I feel like I've been expanding kind of a bit recently because we also went to the beach recently, and her brother-in-law actually had a crab trap, so he had it out there and he caught some crab, and then he cooked the crab, and I was like,
I saw the little video, the little Snapchat.
That's amazing.
and then yeah, so we took it home, cooked the crab, I ate it, and like I think that was my first time eating crab. I think I might have tried it before, but actually like breaking into the shell and shit, like. I ate something. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." And then, like, I put it to the side. He's like, "Bro, there's still so much meat in there." I didn't know where to break, so it's kind of like a different experience.
Mhm.
For me, like her family, her brother-in-law, like his family, they love crab. I think you do too. But for me, I was like, it's okay. I wouldn't be first to like be like, fighting for the last piece. But it was okay.
Better for how much it cost.
But hey, he caught that hoe. He cooked
he
it.
caught
So,
that? That's wild.
That's
What?
really cool.
What water did he catch it in?
we went to Crystal Beach,
Yeah.
like Galveston, over there in Galveston.
Oh, okay.
We went to like Galveston like twice in like 1 week.
Nice.
Okay,
It was
okay.
crazy.
How many crab did
yeah,
you catch?
so-
It was just the one, or
No,
No,
he
he caught the 3, but he had to let one go because one was a female and it had its eggs. So if it has eggs, you gotta let it back in.
man, that's a keeper and wait until she hatches the eggs, and now you got more
Look
crabs.
at those.
You got more-
I'm dead. No, but it was a cool experience. Yeah, so I tried that, and then we went to the Chinese buffet here recently, and I tried a sushi. For me, it's like it was so hard for me to actually put it in my mouth because, like, when I hear sushi, I'm hearing like, what is it, like raw? like,
Love it.
because sushi typically is like what, raw fish,
Not typical.
depending on how you make it.
Depends on how you make
So I
it.
kind of had the idea that's what it was, but the sushi I ate wasn't raw fish. But anyways, I put it in my mouth and like just spit it out immediately. And I looked at it, and then like they were all staring at me, so I was like, I just put it back in my mouth and chewed it. It took me a while to chew it, I know.
That's
Pretty
the man I
disgusting.
fell in love with.
I ain't no quitter. I ain't no
Bruh.
quitter.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's so nice. Oh.
Chris
No,
about to
but-
put that as the
It's like what what little children be doing. Look.
I know. But it wasn't that bad. It took me a while to like chew it
I
down.
didn't even see you spit it out. I just saw you coughing. That was it.
Oh, okay.
He's a pro at it. I can tell.
No, but it was a different experience. It was okay though.
No comment.
You're
That was
dramatic.
so expensive though. That was like $16 per person.
for a buffet.
It was a Chinese buffet though. Like, I feel like it wasn't a bad price.
Nuh-uh, China Harbor is less than that.
Nah,
But it had sushi?
It has sushi. It had different types of
Heck.
dumplings.
it had stuffed
and
crab. It had crawfish.
It had a pizzeria place. But
The pizza was bomb.
I mean everything else was okay. It was like
Yeah, it wasn't that good. We're not going back.
6.5 out of a 10.
You said what?
A 6.5
Oh, I think you
out
said
of a
8.
10.
0.5.
I thought you said 8.5. I'm like, what? Like, Yelp review. That's a Yelp review. Right there.
Oh man.
Do y'all ever leave reviews for places?
I feel
Sorry,
like
sorry, this is going kind of long.
I had a
This is
feeling
going-
you were gonna ask that. No.
No.
Did I have a? No, the only time I've ever done it was like if someone works at that place, like, hey, leave me a review so I can get like a bonus or some shit. I feel like your sister did that a couple times too.
Yeah.
She asked me to leave her a
I
review.
think if they just say if we can, then I'll go ahead and do it just because I feel like they're watching. Other than that, I don't because I'm just like, you guys have how many customers coming in and still fix the issue.
Yeah.
Have you ever left a review?
I think for the fridge we bought, when I picked it up, they were like, "Please leave me a review, and I get a bonus." And they were really nice, so I was like, "Okay." And they were like, "You
Yeah,
could do it now." I'm like,
I could.
"Okay." Yeah, the pressure was on. I said something very generic. Service is great.
You should have like left a review, but like a bad review, and you should have done it like right there.
They insisted on me giving out a review.
1 star. Show it to them. Hope you enjoy your bonus.
You won't be getting your bonus this year. I've left a bad review before.
I never knew this.
Yes. I thought I told you about that. It was a Popeyes.
No, Popeyes, bro.
No, was it a Popeyes or a Chick-fil-A? It was something in
Not
Arlington.
Chick-fil-A.
I think
hates
it was,
No, which one?
I think it was Popeyes. It was the one off of 360, and I want to say Green Oaks, like close.
I knew you
to
were gonna say that one.
bro. It's horrible over there by the Panda Express and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the worst one ever. If y'all can go, I think it's still there. My review is like a 1 star maybe. And I was like, it was the worst like
I'm gonna find this
experience
review.
ever. It was
Pull
the
it up.
worst experience
See it
ever
right
at that
here.
Popeyes. I don't even think I made it anonymous. I think I was like, it's me. I said it.
Mr. Seymour.
He said, "Catch you can."
Like, Chris M. I'm pretty sure it's still there. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna see if it's still there. If it is, I'll post it in the video. But but yes, I think I left. That was the only time I left like a bad review, and it was just so bad. That place was horrible.
Was it the service, the food?
Oh man, everything. It took me like an hour or so to get my food, and I was in the driveway. Like it was.
Do you get upset with them at that moment, or do you let them
would've
like
left.
bring your food and then get upset with them? Because some of them can be very sketchy and do stuff to your food.
I just got it, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave a review. Now this is ridiculous.
An hour?
Did you leave the review after you ate or before you ate?
I left a review. I think I was in.
As
There
he-
you-
I think
He
I
said,
had
"I'm apart."
already. I think I had already ordered and stuff too. So it was like, dang, I'm already in this line. So I think as I was in the line, I had left a review. It was just that bad.
Oh.
And then you got your food like, this all kind of good.
Yeah,
Delete
it was-
some review.
It was about what I thought it
Best
would be.
Popeyes I've ever had.
I was like,
It's worth the wait.
not me waiting this long and it's still not good. But yeah, but shoot, we're hitting We're over an hour and 10 minutes. So
Bruh.
y'all ready to go ahead and close this out?
Yes. Let's bow our
Yeah.
heads.
The only thing I have to say is make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And now hear me out, KV.
KV.
We'll make a Threads account here soon. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but
Nah,
you
we
know
can
what
talk
Threads
about.
is?
No, I don't know what Threads is.
It's basically like it's Instagram's Twitter, basically. And Elon Musk is basically saying like it's almost like I downloaded it. I have an account. It's basically like Twitter, like exact same thing, but it's Instagram. It's from Meta or whatever. But
He's trying to be hip.
we'll talk about that next week. So catch us
Well,
on the 100th
about
episode.
about next week. But
Oh.
okay.
Well, we'll talk about it on the next episode.
No.
Anywho.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Before we even close it out, we do need to say this because me and Kayla will not be here for like a couple weeks because we're going out of the country. We're going out of the country for Bali. So, our next episode won't be until like the 25th, I believe. And yeah, so we apologize now, but there will not be any episodes for the next couple weeks. But now we can close it out.
Okay, well, good to know. With that being said, make sure to email us any stories or concerns, questions at nowhearmeout.kv
KV.
at gmail.com. Go ahead and follow and subscribe on our YouTube at Kristen Vic parentheses NHMO.
NHMO.
Go ahead and leave us 5 stars on iTunes.
5 stars.
And follow me on TikTok at weirdvic_flips and follow us on TikTok at Now Hear Me Out Podcast. And make sure to check out our spread shop at nowhearmeout.myspreadshop.com.
Yes, and you guys can follow me on anything, everything at Beast Mode Chris. That's Beast Mode Chris, where the E's are 3s. Beast Mode Chris, where the E's are 3s. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And yeah, I don't.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And one last thing for you viewers.
Oh man. But thank you guys for tuning in, and thank y'all again for being our special guest. And we will catch you guys next time. We are out of here. We love you guys, and again, bye. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.